So I want to turn now, Patrick, to our reporter, Patrick Quinn, who is in Plains, Georgia. And as we heard, in Rick's report, she could open doors and she cared enough to do so. That was really kind of what Mrs. Carter was about, using her power, her position in the White House for good, and really to create, as she called it, a more caring society. I know you're in Plains, Georgia, her hometown, where she was born and raised and where she spent her final days. What is the mood there today?
Away. It'll go by a medical center there before it heads to Georgia Southwestern State University. That's where she went to college. Rather than me talking about it, let me bring in Jody Muntz. I was talking with her as the motorcade was going by. Jody had just left probably 10 minutes ago. What were you feeling watching that string of cars?
I felt as though I was kind of seeing it through, the last chapter of Miss Rosalynn Carter in Plains. And I had to come out just to see that. I probably won't attend Maranatha and the rest of the services, but I had to be at 1 to 3 occasions.
And you were filming it on your phone. You said you have to go back and show your family.
Yes.
Why is it important for them to see this moment as well? I guess your kids are in school, so they couldn't be here,
Yes.
but you made a point to capture this moment.
Absolutely. And we agreed over the Thanksgiving holidays that I would make sure I got plenty of pictures and videos. They were not able to be here, some out of state, and they were hating to leave because they wanted to be here for this monumental occasion. Even after my grandkids, I hated for them to be in school this morning. I thought, oh, wow, in Georgia, in this hometown, that it would be a place in history for them. I mean, this is in the books. First lady from this little town.
She was y'all's first lady.
Yeah.
Before she was the country's first lady, she was y'all's first lady.
Absolutely.
You're wearing black. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was intentional. What is
well, I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning.
Yeah, I'm in mourning. She was a part of this community for a long time. I was born and raised here 57 years ago, and the Carters were a part of this community small. They were intimate with a lot of the citizens. I'm for one, I feel like it's a blessing for me to tell some of that this morning, how over the years, if you were having reunions or cookouts in the yard or even graduations or pageants, that if you called them, they would come. I mean, Secret Service, of course, but hey, they would come.
Let's pause for a second. There's a train going by right here. It's a little bit loud, going right through the middle of downtown Plains. We're going to give a shot right here. I can't quite see the back end of it. I don't imagine it's going to be a long train. Maybe this is just a sign that life is carrying on in Plains. Work will continue to go. We saw some farmers just up the street bringing in peanuts, and they're leaving. I mean, work goes on, life goes on. What does the future here in Plains look like without Rosalynn Carter?
Oh, right now we'll just think about how he feels and what he's going through right now. I imagine it has to be hard. I'm wondering what he's feeling. So right now we're just going to pray for him and hope that he'll find comfort and ease. And we'll just close this chapter until the next.
What was the relationship like from seeing? I imagine from people I've talked with, it was rare to see one without the other.
It was. I don't think I've ever saw, maybe a couple of times, but no, not many. They were always together, hand in hand, always. Never separated, so it makes you wonder what he's going through now.
Did their relationship from a personal standpoint have an impact on your relationship or any relationship that you've had, just in terms of a model of marriage?
Well, he was family, and I think a lot of that impacted this community. Everybody was just family. That's the word that family. And I can remember many occasions when during the holidays, they would come to Plains, spend time here, and then go. They had a second home they used to visit, I think, in Ellijay, Georgia, somewhere. I've heard it so much still. You'll see them on on the holidays and special occasions, the Carters will always be here. You could see his children, his grandchildren, in-laws. I mean, family was just a word, and it still is a word. It will stay the word here.
We're already hearing there's going to be a lot of distinguished guests in Atlanta, here on Wednesday at Maranatha Baptist Church.
Right.
I mean, the reach that the Carters had is certainly beyond Plains. It's global, their impact. And yet they were able to have such a personal touch and community tie here. How unique was that?
Oh, very. Oh my gosh. I think we've been introduced to a lot of dignitaries, people that they've shared time with and worked with all over the world. I remember when I was a little girl, Arafat, he was up the Plains side, and you were saying, oh my gosh, and all the celebrities that would come. I can remember seeing soap opera superstars coming into town. Got to meet Paula Deen several times. I mean, we got introduced to a lot of people through the Carters, and it was a treat.
A treat.
It was a treat.
Jody, it's been a treat to talk with you. Really, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And I hope that the rest of this week goes okay for your family and this community.
I will. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sure. That's just a token of what's going on right now, the feeling right now in Plains. A little bit quiet right now. There's some law enforcement officers who are standing by as well, some parks officers. They were watching. Much of Plains is part of the park system right now. You can come down, you can visit some of the places where Jimmy Carter grew up, where they went to high school. A lot of that is run by the Parks Department, so they have certainly been active this morning as well. We're going to continue capturing the mood, not just here in Plains, but also in Americus. That's a town, again, about 15 minutes away in Sumter County, where she went to college. The motorcade is continuing on. It started here, and it went right down the road before it will head to Atlanta later this afternoon.